Hey guys, Mike here with the Janus Project. Now, we're going through this idea of spiritual gaming and how we make it work, how we do it. And pretty soon we're actually going to get into some escape room aspects that I've been able to play around with. So if you're into the escape room idea, just stay tuned. That'll be coming down the line. Now, last time we talked about this idea of you don't have to spiritualize everything. Not every little game has to be spiritualized. One of the things, though, and you get this from the Bible, the Bible lays down that you can set up monuments. You can set up these little things so that when people ask, you can tell them the story. And so one of the things I've done in my office, and I'll show you some footage over here soon, I built one of these for every year that I was running program. And what it would do is it would tell the year. So here's 2021. The year 2021, it was all a railroad theme, and you were trying to build the Transcontinental Railroad. And so I built this giant board, and basically we almost played a Dungeons and Dragons type game, just with buildings that you were planting, and you were moving as a team, up the track, building this railroad. And you had to kind of work together with other teams, but you were also trying to collect as many resources as possible because someone had to win. And so you had about 4 different teams, and they were collecting these little Lego gems, which would count as gold. And then they were building the train tracks, and then there were things that they had to battle along the way, and so that's what the spider represents. And so the theme was build tracks that last. Okay, and so you can see the theme here. And the railroad was called the BSP. The principle was the BSP. And so what I tried to do when I was theming, I tried to come up with memorable little things. And so one year we did you were working for the URA mining company, and so URA stood for understand, remember, apply, and that was how we have to approach the Bible. The Bible is no good if you're not applying it. You can't apply it properly unless you're remembering what you've studied. And it doesn't matter to remember if you don't understand what you remembered. And so understand, remember, apply. And so the Devos dug into that all week. And so the mining company was URA mining company because it just kind of sounded Western. And so we were following the BSP, which was build, strengthen, and protect. And so what you had to do is you had to build your railroad. And then as you use the gold, you were reinforcing the railroad track. And so this right here would be a reinforced railroad track. And so you would build, and then you would have to strengthen it, but then you had to come and you had to protect it because there were characters with dynamite, or you could sabotage other players, or whatever. And so I had this big dice. I don't have it handy. I had this big dice that was labeled left, right, forward, and I had this super powerful character that was just sitting on the board. And he had, we cut dowels, and so there was a dowel about this long, and that long and that long, and so what this guy could do is he could reach a certain dowel length, and so when you rolled the dice, he would move in the direction about a dowel length, and then he could attack anyone in an attack radius. And so you'd be really careful if you were around him, because if he rolls up on you, I mean, he's just going to destroy you. You get killed right there in the middle of the field, all your stuff's left, and then you have to teleport back to a near city, and then you have to go find all your stuff, or however you decide to play it. And so this idea of protect, you can't afford to leave the train tracks unprotected because there could be earthquakes, there could be guys attacking, whatever. And so you had to build the track, strengthen the track, and protect it. And it made for some really, really cool aspects as you guys built it out. But this was one of the ways that we remembered as staff what we were doing. And so I have a shelf full of various thematic elements like this that help me remember, oh, that was what that theme was. So for the Ecclesiastes year, I gave each group of counselors their own journal that they got to take home with them. For this one, I gave them this. One year was a tile with a map laid out on it, and we'll talk our way through that probably in the future. But there's one more way, and that's the devotional campfire. And so testimonial campfire, I'll talk about that probably next. But this is one way that you don't have to super spiritualize everything, but people can walk away with memories and say, yes, this is the big thing that we learned. All right, guys, as I've said at the end of every single one of these, if you need help planning out your own theme, or if you need help working on some of this stuff, I'd be glad to help. Keep me in touch. But this has been the Janus Project with Spiritual Gaming.